Yo, what's up, y'all? I'm Blue, giving you subscribe and welcome to the content. Now, I probably don't have to have an opinion about this or a statement or any say about, what goes on in other people's life and so on. I usually say this because I don't and my opinion is irrelevant. But I feel like Logan is really confusing me right now. I don't know. I hear a lot of people saying he's a sellout, he sold his soul, he only does this for all the corporates that he works with and everything. He doesn't have a say, he's not his own person, he does it for the fame and the money. And I don't know how true that is, but I feel like he's confused. He's twisted in a way, like he's astray. Because in his recent podcast, he was disrespecting his friend. Like, this is a close friend, and I know sometimes when you have friends and everything, you'll have this thing where you're just insulting one another and everything, but I feel like there's a boundary. There's always a boundary to how far a joke can go or how far a statement you say can go before it actually starts like offending someone you actually care about. Like, I don't care if he said anything about me, and like, I'm not someone close or that how can I say, important to Logan, so it doesn't really matter. But George, his friend, his best friend, someone who's really close to him, who's been with him for a long while, he is disrespecting his beliefs, calling it silly, calling it immature, calling it irrelevant, calling God irrelevant, which is really whack. You know what I'm trying to say? Considering that you actually went through a really crazy history, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, everybody knows what happened to where you were nearly canceled and banned from, the internet, but somehow you made it, some miracle. I'm not gonna say that it was God, but there was a higher power who saved you, and you not believing in God is actually wild, seeing how far you've actually come. And I thought that you've matured, like, honestly, throughout your content, and seeing how you've changed and seeing how you transitioned as a person. I actually thought that you have changed, but it just seems that there's some things out there that you're still holding on to that could really ruin you. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, maybe the things you say, maybe the actions you portray out there, you still have a huge influence as a internet influencer, and it's just wild seeing that you're saying this stuff about your friend. Like, it doesn't matter if it was anyone else or about religion, which would be really offensive, because why would you make any statement that would be offensive to another group of people who believe in some sort of thing? I get it as, an atheist or whatever. If you don't believe in God, that's cool. No one will attack you. What I'm trying to say? Like, a lot of people will say stuff like, "Oh, why are you an atheist? You should believe in God and everything. You believe, I don't know, you believe in this and that, science, whatever." And it's like, why are you disrespecting us for believing in a higher power? That's crazy. What I'm trying to say? If you don't believe in God, that's cool. Don't believe in God. No one's gonna force you to believe in God. But now, why are you dissing someone else for having these beliefs? Because they believe that in certain situations in their lives, they wouldn't have been able to escape or get out of that situation if it wasn't for God. That's how I believe my life works. Like, certain things in my life wouldn't happen or wouldn't come to be without God. And that's how I just live my life. Like, He's everywhere. And you just dissing someone else because you don't believe in God, it's wild. You know what I'm trying to say? It's really offensive, it's really crazy, and I feel like a lot of people won't stand up to you and tell you that this is wrong, because, I don't know, you're probably this big, figure or whatever, no one can talk down on you, but that's mad disrespectful, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, especially to your best friend. Like, I wouldn't take that type of disrespect if I was your friend. Like, honestly, I would check you, I would really tell you, because at that point, you actually might be, the freaking reason we terminate our friendship, because there are boundaries in the friendships that you just don't cross, and those are one, belief systems. Like, you can talk about it and everything, but you can't have statements that insult a person for believing, or insults the community of the people who believe in that. So it's kind of like a lot of people are saying a lot of things, and it's just crazy coming from you, from where you've been. It's wild. Other than that, God bless, have a nice life, and I'll see you when I see you.